Well, table 3 are clearly the most dynamic table in the room, so I was, privileged to be on table 3. What we tried to do was distill things down to the how, because I think that's largely what the government would like us to do and the task force would like us to do. How can we make a change? The sort of bottom line really is that you have to reverse engineer everything in our educative process in order to get to the end result. The output being, better skilled, digitally skilled individuals who can make our society grow in a positive sort of way. So we decided, we looked at 4 core areas. We just chose to sort of largely ignore the universities in this particular table because we had so much, like Bob said earlier on, so many other different things to talk about. Thought it useful as well to define what a digital skill might be, and in this particular instance it's not particularly the competency or the ability to use digital technology, your laptops, your computers, your iPads, or whatever it might be. It's how you actually get the product onto that laptop, onto that tablet, something for people to use. And we thought it perhaps best to stop being a bit soft and fuzzy about what digital skills are. So give it a definition, that definition being IT skills or technical skills. Because we're aware, we thought that perhaps there was a barrier in terms of the language that's being used around digital skills. Nobody really understands what it is. So perhaps a big PR operation to describe what digital skills might be for the rest of the education process. So we skipped through, what digital might be. It's about access, it's about implementation. And the big thing we looked at was education, and we kept coming back to, on a regular basis, the fact that this has to start really early. So the skills that you need for education, for digital skills, be they coding or be they design and creative, but again, coding is involved in design and creative as well. It has to start early. There aren't enough teachers to facilitate that learning at the earliest levels, so that's a core problem. Core IT skills aren't there in the teaching staff, the curriculum's not nailed down, it has to be a part of the curriculum as much as English and maths is, as much as science is. It has to be seen, if not separate to, certainly an inclusive part of maths and science, so the whole thing has to come together. The solution we thought was being more key staff who could teach IT skills. The other part of the solution, because there are several threads to this, is that business should support schools because they have an investment opportunity, they have a core opportunity to get the right kind of people this early, identify them, be part of the process. In fact, a couple of people on our table suggested that business should be forced to be partners in education. It shouldn't be there as a pick and mix as such. And this is, core to the political sort of agenda in forcing business to be part of and making it easier for business to be part of education. So that steps right through primary school to college, and we do mean starting at primary school with basic coding, through to colleges and all the higher academic levels of learning as well. On question 3, we thought there were complex relationships to be built if business is to be forced into these partnerships. So when we get into apprenticeships, the current processes, I understand, are fairly flexible, but it's thought that perhaps a hub which would allow apprentices to migrate to various small, medium-sized enterprises as well as large businesses would be quite useful. Effectively freelance apprenticeships, so you could hop between businesses, picking up different aspects of digital skills, experiencing different kind of businesses. Training and support with quality provision is a significant investment. Maybe it needs support from government. There is currently being developed a gold standard level 3 in IT. That's definitely the way forward. There has to be a comprehensive framework approved at government and educational level, and industry partners must be a part of that process. So the tying of business to education is just one of the biggest steps, if not a leap of faith, that the government needs to undertake, government of whichever colour it might be. On broader learning, we thought that here in the North East, of course, you're undergoing the Go On pilot scheme, in that we're looking to sort of broaden and enable digital skills within the region. And so Go On North East is currently operating, but it's felt that perhaps is too diverse in its aims and ambitions. So learning has to be more focused and streamed. Business and industry has a responsibility to offer basic competency in IT skills, So should be allowed to and encouraged to do that, as some of our partners on the table are currently doing. And broadly speaking, low skills equals low pay equals a low standard of living. So the broader community has to have the skills. The more people have those skills, then the better perhaps the pay and quality of life, generally speaking, would be. But our prime focus really is that education needs to be the focus here at its earliest levels. Business should be a partner in that education. I know it's been tried in the academies with some success, with less success in other areas. It will be controversial, but it's a nettle which has to be grasped, a problem which has to be solved.